Homeowners yell at a man trying to save a neighbor's life on their lawn. A driver was having a seizure in his car, which came to a stop in his neighbor's yard. The owner told the man, who rushed to the driver's aid, to get off our lawn, officials said. As much as I want to believe that this is satire, unfortunately, I think it might actually be legitimate, because I've honestly seen how entitled and self-centered some people can really get. You might as well have just gone and said, "Hey man, can you go and have health issues somewhere else? This is my place, no go." Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/iamatotalpieceofsh, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. Okie dokie, let's go. To the dumb goofs that stole our firefighting equipment, stole everything, and left us high and dry. How are we supposed to fight fire and save our city when people steal from firefighters? They set us back 3 hours. What if there was a fire and we had no tools to fight with? Have respect for us on the line. Who seriously is stealing from the fire department? Please do not punch holes in our wall. We are a veteran-owned and operated small business. If you feel the urge to punch something, please use our punching bag. P.S. If you like kicking as much as you like punching, please consider signing up for our new kickboxing class. I'm sorry, but who gets that angry when they want to punch something and get inside of a gym? You have so many things you could do. You could pick things up and put them down. You could punch stuff. You can kick stuff. But nope, you go to the wall. At least they had a little bit of fun with it at the end, advertising their kickboxing class. Welcome to dystopia. Getting fired from your job as an Amazon worker by an app. This is the most boring possible Terminator sequel. The robots are here to text you snidely that you won't need to come into work ever again. Look, I got fired from my first job over text message. I know this sucks. And it wasn't even for anything bad. Somebody had just seen me walking over to a competitive store for an interview because they hadn't given me a raise in 2 years and were hiring people at a higher rate than I had already been working at. Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be able to be fired through any sort of electronic format. It should be either a written notice from corporate or an in-person thing. It doesn't matter to me, Christ or Allah, I'm just getting one more girl you won't be getting in her. So, eternal heck, planned and suspected, forever and ever, when you have no love, starve and burn, you hateful people of the catastrophe. Lie because she's me, so better than you. F off in every way and die. Okay, but the context of the whole thing was you were trying to get a free meal out of a business. Like, I'm sorry, but why that don't work like that. That's not gonna change the fact that you decided to think you could forget your wallet and go into a place and order food. And seriously, I've heard of countless versions of this that is absolutely stupid. I've had a friend work at a liquor store, and people come in wanting to buy liquor and use the contactless pay on their phone and think that means that they're allowed to leave their wallet, which has their ID in it. Seriously, there is no low that people won't go when it comes to stupidity. This stuff makes the Mariana Trench look like a kiddie pool. George Floyd, patron saint of fentanyl. I don't know what's worse, the fact that this exists or the fact that this was a custom job. I am beside myself, and the families of the victims will be too, said Manley. This reeks of collusion and corruption. This gives the green light for every FBI agent to do what these 4 agents in Annapolis did. You have multiple FBI agents lying to everyone, and at the same time, Arbot is talking about taking a job with the U.S. Olympics community, Manley said. He belongs in prison. M said while the FBI sat on the investigation, 120 women were molested between July of 2015 and when N was exposed. He added that he is exploring whether it is possible to sue the FBI and the agents personally. When IndyStar, which first revealed allegations against N in September of 2016, and other media and government officials began asking questions about the case, the OIG statement said Indianapolis FBI officials did not take responsibility for their failures. Instead, they provided incomplete and inaccurate information to make it appear that they had been diligent in responding to the abuse allegations. The report also found that A violated the FBI policy and exercised extremely poor judgment under federal ethics rule when he, without prior authorization, communicated with P about a potential job opportunity with the U.S. Olympics community, an entity in which P had professional connections. It said those discussions occurred while the two continued to discuss the allegations against N and while A took an active role in conversation about the FBI's public statement regarding criticizing the USA Gymnastics handling of those allegations. City of Toledo takes cancer-stricken firefighters to court over workers' comp complaints. So let me get this straight. This dude has cancer, he saves your town when it burns, but you want to take him to court because he gets hurt on the job. I'm sorry, what? Cruelty charges as 100 dead animals found in southeast Georgia. This is just horrible, and I feel like if something like this happens, you should not be allowed to have animals. Teacher sentenced to prison after having S with 2 students and then claiming she had the right to do so. An Alabama teacher who claimed it was her constitutional right to have S with 2 students has been sentenced to state prison. Yes, please do explain to me and cited and circled on the Constitution where it says explicitly that. I met up with this guy from Tinder. He was a nice guy. We literally only kissed once, no touching. And then he got this big wet patch in his pants. I laughed, took a photo, just playing with him, not malicious. And then he said he had to go and unmatched me. And WTF, is that normal for guys? Want to be humiliated by somebody you liked? No, that's not normal for anybody. And seriously, you tried to call it not malicious? It was malicious the second you took a photo. And it was even more malicious when you decided to post this tweet with the photo included in it. Like, seriously, can we just not make fun of other people's bodies if the bodies do a body thing? The only thing on this entire post, like in the entire Reddit post at all, that was even somewhat remotely funny was the fact that the top comment was, "It was me, Barry." It is still not okay in any way, shape, or form to not only laugh at somebody's bodily functions, but to post online photos and statuses making fun of said bodily functions. When the Germanwings Airbus appeared, Europe was united in grief. Then, as the troubling facts behind the crash emerged, shock and incredulity took over. The gaggle of 16 German school children making their way through Barcelona El Prat's airport last Tuesday morning had been up since dawn, as they waited to board Germanwings Flight 9525 to Dusseldorf. Some texted friends and family to say that they had enjoyed their week in Linares de Vals, the Spanish village twined with their hometown of Hattern in western Germany, but were looking forward to going home. Several promised to bring souvenirs back from their trip. It was a promise they were prevented from keeping. Just under 40 minutes into their journey, the plane's 27-year-old co-pilot, redacted, turned the Airbus A320 into a missile, guiding it into the Southern Alps after locking its captain, Blank, out of the cockpit. But I am saying that as men, we are biologically violent and destructive. If you look at history, the Vikings are and killed. The Romans are and killed. There has never been an instance in history where men have not arred when they got the chance outside the law of their lands. I mean, Vikings in most cultures throughout history did not consider R of the enemy and immoral actions. Nothing in nature evolves in 1,000 years. Technological improvement doesn't mean people evolve. It's like the Joker said, good, the one word that you can say that'll get people to not take you seriously not only in this paragraph, but for the rest of your life. All of these civilized people, when the lights go out, they'll eat each other. Now, as a man, I am not ashamed of my primal instinct. It's a part of who I am. I try and control it. Most men do. And women artificially enhancing themselves is not really making that endeavor easy for us. This, consider, has nothing to do with R. Oh, really? You already mentioned it like, what, 4 or 5 times? It has everything to do with creating more FINA trials for men. Yeah, this dude don't represent any of the homies whatsoever in any way, shape, or form, and actually isn't even a homie himself, not even a dude. Yeah, anybody that tries to say you represent all of this one group, but then you act like a complete dingus, yeah, you don't represent that entire group. Homeopathic doctor is charged with selling fake virus vaccine cards. Blank also sold immunization pellets to patients, federal prosecutors said. Blank is a great naturopath. She is very kind, gives a lot of time to really listen and do all of the tests she needs. She recommends what I need to do. She has treated my GERD, allergies, and inflammation naturally, so I could stop all of the drugs I was taking. Thank you, blank. You know, I'm actually not inclined to believe this person's an actual doctor, because I would actually think somebody who's taking the virus somewhat seriously and is not the whole, this thing is not real or anything, would be the person that went to school for medicine. And with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.